So with the cafe, actually, that was never the plan. We've now had to create the business plan around that. It's been the best thing that we've done.
The cafe is definitely busy. We have people queuing that way, we have people waiting this way.
I've had to bring a lot more people into the team. Oh my God, the headaches that came with that are crazy. The bay! Oh, I missed it. It is gonna be like perfect. Oh, I just got a call. Call my new manager. This week has probably been one of the most full-on and tiring weeks we've had so far. Just on Monday, we travelled from Aberystwyth, we went to Swansea, we detoured to Swansea, more on that later, and then to Cardiff, and the Cardiff trip just turned out to be a little bit of a disaster, to be honest. We are on our way to Cardiff. I'm currently being demoted. I'm sitting in the back seat of my own car. These guys are riding front and centre. Wave. Yeah, we're going to see the progress in Cardiff. We're going to go see if we can put the coffee machine in. Although I've just had a call from Coaltown saying that it doesn't look like the coffee machine's ready to go in, or the space isn't ready for the coffee machine, so that's annoying. Yeah. That was like such a deep squat. I was anticipating a trouser split. Oh my God. It's so good. It's going to look so good in there, like with the bubblegum vibe.
On the front of the bar, that's going to be really eye-catching.
Definitely. So we got to Cardiff. We were a little bit late because of the little adventure we had in Swansea. We were excited to put the coffee machine in. But it turns out there was a lot of stuff we needed to do our side before the machine could go in, which we hadn't done.
Dust has been kicked up, we'll go into the fans of that machine and it can cover the internals with dust and it can damage it. It could like blow the boards.
Okay.
So like you don't want to have anything like that. Have it in the spare and then when it's ready to roll.
So I was basically dressed just to see the coffee machine go in and ended up trying to find something to do so it wasn't a completely wasted trip. So we are currently in the Cardiff site. I'm currently painting sofas. They were black, but in very me style, we are painting them rather than getting new ones in. The quote for reupholstering these was £6,000? A lot of the thousands, whereas paint is coming to about £200, so fingers crossed it doesn't chip.
I don't know how I'm going to get this on the roller. This is me.
Note to self, use this footage.
So Cardiff is our biggest site that we've got out of the three. Aberystwyth and Thundadno are both quite small, and Cardiff is this vast place with seating inside. So we're almost seeing that as our flagship store, I suppose. This place has actually changed loads since I showed you it last, and I feel like maybe now would be a good time to give you a little sneak peek. I don't want to show everything. Maybe we'll just like show you a little bit of what we've done in here. Cue the montage. So we did actually go to Thundadno this week as well. When we arrived, we were greeted by basically a room full of just sawdust and works that had been going on. We are currently in Thundadno. We've been here since this morning, doing work in here. We've got the painter coming. It's Wednesday at the moment. We've got the painter coming next Monday, It's not ready, look, hole in the floor. When we got there, we realised just how much there was still to do. So Bart and I basically had to roll up our sleeves and get stuck in ourselves. So we ordered some chips and we just sat. It's really lush. Like thinking about people eating our chips here now. One nice thing though was that there was an absolutely beautiful sunset, so we got to see the sunset over the hill in Thundadno. While I've got the camera out, I will give you a little update on how we're getting on in here. So this is ready to be painted. Sanded all these back. Got a hole there ready to go through to the kitchen. This is ready to be painted. This is all our panelling. And we've got some shelves here. It looks very unexciting at the moment because it's all like dusty and horrible in here, and eventually this will be a really nice, clean, stainless steel kitchen. At the moment it's a little sad, but yeah, we're getting there. We did actually end up staying quite late, just wanted to get as much work done as possible because it's a 5-hour round trip, crazy to go back, so we thought let's pull a late one, and we ended up getting home at about 11:30. So one thing that is like, that I do find quite challenging is like, obviously because we've got a plan to grow this business, it's like not just these 2 stores, like I'm quite keen to have more stores. So I'm having to we stopped off to look at another store, and now we're here painting, and it's like that juggling of thinking of future, thinking of now, thinking of a week down the line, a day down the line, and then a year down the line as well. We've actually signed for a store that we get in 2022, so we're it's constantly having to think of day, hour, month, week, year, 10 years. So we did actually go and see a place in Swansea. That's why we were there in the first place, and it's awesome. The location is perfect. It ticks every box location wise, so it's perfect in that respect, but there is one slight snag. That amount of shop front is so small based on not having all of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's until that opens, because can you walk down there?
Oh, sorry, I see exactly what you mean now. No. You can't, it's blocked off. So it's literally that tiny little bit there. We're just going to look non-existent. So unfortunately I say unfortunately / fortunately they are doing some work, so they're going to make the pier in Swansea better. They're going to basically rebuild it so you can walk all the way along again. But that means that the whole front of the building is blocked off for works, and we don't really know when those works are going to be completed. Yeah, they're definitely not going to get it done in 2 months, are they? No. Go and walk around it. It's quite a nice front, actually. Yeah. It's just not, you can't see it at the moment. So with all this travelling that I've been doing, as I've said before, the importance of a good team is everything. And the cafe is still busy, even now the Easter holidays are done, it's still really busy, which is great, and I've got such a fab team in there. Speaking of teams, we have actually found a solution to our manager situation, and actually it was right in front of my eyes the whole time. So one of the girls in the team, she's fab, she's got so much energy and so much life, and she loves the place, so we actually decided to give the role to her. And so she's been doing that now for a few days, and she is absolutely bossing it.
Yeah, this is my 4th shift, my 2nd as manager. I've had kind of managerial roles before, and it's something that, I don't know, apparently I'm just naturally really good at being bossy. So I've never had someone who's so instantly appreciated me before, and it wasn't until last week that she said she wanted me. I'm off to uni in Aber in September, so we knew I was on this finite amount of time. And but yeah, she said to me, she knows what she wants basically. Alana knows, and she said, I want you as manager, even if it's for a short amount of time.
So that is now the manager situation resolved, ticked off and sorted. So we can now fully focus on the positives and the future for Ridiculously Rich by the Sea.
Far too graceful.
Majestic.
Needed you to fall over.
So a little bit more on the Swansea trip. So we went there on the Monday to view a potential new place. But while we were there, we just went for a walk on the beach just to see what the beach there was like, which by the way is beautiful. It's a big, vast golden sand beach, which was lovely. And in the distance we saw this building that looked a bit like a lighthouse.
Wow, this beach is amazing. It's huge. What do you think that is? That glass fronted building? I mean, I know we were here to come and look at that place, but can you imagine?
And it had this big glass front, and we could tell that it had potential to be a restaurant, and we were looking in and we could see that maybe it was already a restaurant.
What is it?
That is a great spot for a cafe.
Isn't it? Let's go and have a look what it is.
And there was a phone number on the door, and so I figured let's call the number and see what happens.
Yeah, crazy thing, I just called that number and I was like, oh, is this... And he was like, yeah, I was like, just seen your beautiful building, I just wondered if you were open to like, for people to like basically put an offer forward to kick it out or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you around? I was like, yeah. He was like, can you meet me at 12?
It's actually been really nice and exciting being able to film and then show you guys the different places that we've been looking at. There is quite a lot of options at the moment and we're trying to filter them down, so watch this space because there's definitely going to be some exciting things to come. So if you have enjoyed this little update, why not subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications.